Hey friends, I'm ready to share some spring and Easter decor that I'm so happy to be putting up because look what I'm just now taking down, in addition to craft things and every other thing that this buffet catches, and it catches a lot. Valentine's Day has been up all this time and I have enjoyed it, but it's time to switch. You know, we're building a she shed. My daughter's getting ready to move in with us, and she's just about 5 or 6 weeks to her due date, and we're really in a crunch. And you know, you'd think that when I was setting up my camera to record these things that I would notice whether or not it's also capturing the end of my kitchen counter over there with empty water bottles, Mrs. Meyer's spray, air freshener, dirty dishes, all that. Well, now that you've seen it, just divert your attention from that over onto what I'm doing and what I have decided that I'm going to start doing. And I kind of already do it, but I put all my Valentine's decor into a clear tub so that I would be able to instantly see what the contents of that tub holds. Now my husband, when he picks out tubs for me, he gets the black ones with the yellow lids because, in his words, they'll last forever. But you forever can't see what's in them, and then you have to make a very descriptive label to put on the outside. So I always choose the clear tubs, and he always chooses the black ones. And he's probably right. They probably do. They probably do last a lot longer. But I'm going to try to be gentle with these, and I won't have to worry about them splitting or cracking or anything like that. I do have a lot of vintage and beautiful things that I used with my Valentine decor, and I do have several things that I intend to go ahead and use, and I do keep them out for my springtime. Lots of little bitty things. I have DIY things from Valentine's Day, and I have little inexpensive things mixed in with vintage things, mixed in with just, you know, things that I might pick up at the Dollar Tree. I just blend it all together, and if I like the way it looks, then that's what I do. If I don't like the way it looks, then, you know, I just keep editing, keep changing things around until I get it done. Now, this shelf above the buffet mirror, the buffet mirror is just leaned against the wall there because it is an open space back to back with my kitchen stove. And I decided that, you know, short of doing a big construction remodel project where we close that wall off, that the buffet mirror would serve the purpose of me not having to see every pot and pan that happens to be on my stove. And my kitchen serves a lot of people, and it's almost never camera ready. It's just what it is. It's a regular family kitchen that we all use. And as you can see there on the corner of the counter, it's just a practical kind of space that has my decor added on top of all that. Because I still want to have my decor, but I can't keep it in pristine condition. I've already admitted to all of you that I do not love housekeeping. I do not get an endorphin rush from cleaning or deep cleaning or anything else. That buffet, bless it, it has shown I've had it. I bought it in 1990, and of course it was from the 1940s when I bought it. So it has all kinds. Hey, I forgot to get the stuff out of the china cabinet that was specifically just Valentine's decor. So I reached over there and did that, and as you can see, I put that word love, I put it so that it showed through the clear box, the tub. So, you know, that's just an obvious clue. Okay, this is Valentine's Day stuff. And I've already, since I made this video, I've already seen where I skipped at least 2 or 3 other little Valentine things that I had here and there. So I'll have to open my tub back up and put it in, but I think it'll fit and it'll help keep things more organized so that when I get my shed built and I line my tubs up along some of those shelves, I'll be able to see what I want. And I am going to use drop cloth and make some little curtains on little dowels. I guess dowels. I'm not sure exactly what method, but you know, easy to slide left and right to see what kind of tubs and storage things I have. And then all of my just extra collected vintage and just good basic home decor, I'm going to have those displayed out there so that I can just use them. You know, I can see them and then I'll use them in my home as I feel like it. Do you remember when I found that big mirror? Found it at the Shepherd's Cove thrift store. It was $15. Pretty sure Sue bought that for me that day. She was with me and she bought it and I loved it. It's very fancy. So, as usual, I blend in my very fancy with the primitive and the vintage and the homespun, hand spun. That beautiful lace tablecloth was an eBay purchase. I think I paid $18 for it. And it has one little spot that I need to stitch back together. And that's actually remarkable that it doesn't have more damage than that, because I've had it at least, 7 or 8 years. And I have allowed it to be used in wedding decor, my own home decor, bridal showers, baby showers, just all kinds of things. Now that buffet mirror has wedged itself under the white shelf, which I didn't finish my sentence earlier. I paid $2 for that white shelf. It happened to be 75% off at one of my favorite thrift stores. It was only $10 and then it was 75% off, so I guess I paid $2.50. You know, I don't do a good job at math. My brain is too busy doing creative things to worry about the numbers. Okay, so it would make sense if I would just take all of this down instead of trying to wiggle and wedge that tablecloth under there. But somehow in the moment, I just felt like it would be easier than take it. That mirror is super heavy. And I thought, I can just do this. But you know, then there's the lamp cords that are being held down by the buffet mirror, and I'm having to get it under there too. Don't try to understand my brain. It's not possible. Just accept that it's going to do some unorthodox methods. But you know, I guess it's been serving me well for 56 years up to this point. Okay, so the reason I like to keep something on top of that buffet is because it has lots of scratch marks, watermarks. It even has a couple of children's names scratched into it. Yeah, that's another story for another day. Can't have nothing for kids. You know, my mother used to say that growing up. Because we'd run through the house and knock something over and it'd break. And she'd say, I can't have nothing good. Nothing for kids. I'd like to have some finials on top of those lamps. That would probably keep a lot of that wobbling from happening. But I can never remember to search out some pretty lamp finials for those lamps. But, you know, one of these days I'll probably just come across the perfect set. Okay, now that is just an empty frame. And I'm using it because it is tying together the gold frame up above. And I'm going to continue to use the gold frame prints of my grandchildren. Now this green, I'm going to hang it in front of the mirror because I felt like I just needed some spring green. I needed greenery up there. So, you know, that's what's there now. But I reserve the right to constantly change it. Now there's my little vintage girl that I paid $14 for her at the Shepherd's Cove thrift store. And I used her at Valentine's Day, but she also, to me, you'll see her better in just a minute. She also, to me, looks like she's very much of a springtime girl because she's holding a bouquet of flowers. Those 3 tiny little lambs came from Hobby Lobby. So they're going to go in one cloche. And I elevated one of the lambs onto a wooden spool because they didn't fit easily just into that size cloche, and I wanted them in that cloche. All right, that little beaded tasseled thing came from Dollar General. That wine bottle was thrifted. I don't even drink, but I have a lot of wine things. I wonder about that. I mean, you know, it's fine if you do drink. I just don't. I just never have. And Ben just doesn't. So, you know, if we don't, we don't. Okay, there's the framed pictures of my grandchildren. And I thought they looked very sweet. Still up there. And I'm like, what to do with that? Okay, how about we put it over there? And it wouldn't lean back. And it's kind of balanced precariously, just sitting straight up. And I thought, well, I'll put something behind it to make sure that it's more secure. But did I? No, I didn't. But nobody walks in that corner. Okay, those are the little straw set of ducks that came from Ross, and they were $4.99 each. And there looks like there's a male and female little couple, and they're so sweet. Okay, there's a wood spool with the little vintage Easter printout. I really can't see what I'm putting around there. Oh, I decided to put all of it inside the cloche. Those are, bottle stoppers, the glass bottle stoppers. And a little sprig of pink floral came off my pink floral stems of some kind. And look at me, I was trying to put stuff, and I'm like, you know, girl, don't fill it all up. Just let it be a little bit less. That's so hard for me. I love more. And when I'm putting stuff together, I just want to keep putting. And sometimes I do go back and put more. You'll see at the end of this video that I did add just a tiny bit more to soften up the actual top of the buffet. Alright, so I decided that on top of those little cake pedestals that I would put the teacup and saucer that looks like Old Country Roses. It isn't Old Country Roses, but it looks an awful lot like it. I already have 2 of those on the top of my china cabinet, which I need to take down the KISS blocks up there. That needs to go in my Valentine's box. Okay, what is that? Oh, it's just a little sprig of florals that I'm putting in my little McCoy. I'm calling her my McCoy lady, but I think there's another brand that she is. She may not be McCoy, but she's very similar to the McCoy one. Okay, now I decide that over there on the plate rack, I will put some of my pretty platters. I really do love my old platters. I really do love. Now we can see what it all looks like. That cheeky girl, sassy little girl with her eye peeking out from under her bonnet. She's a favorite. Then I've got the little spring ducks there. They're just sweet. An empty gold picture frame for no good reason. Why? Why would you even do it? I don't know, but I like to do stuff like that. I do love the little cloches. And I think my McCoy lady is so sweet, especially with the little flowers in her basket. You can see just a little bit of that print out, the photo of my grandbabies. That's one daughter's babies. And on the other side you'll see my oldest daughter has twin boys. Those lambs are just precious. They are the sweetest. The lambs did come from Hobby Lobby. They had lambs and bunnies and chicks, a set of 3 in a little clear plastic box. And you know how they always do seasonal 40% off. I think they ended up being about $3 for the set. Who can remember? Wasn't much. I love that the label on the wood spool says Blossom. I do have a fondness for little chicks. That buffet mirror is beat up all to pieces. I mean, I've had it 30 years. My mother and daddy found it for me at a flea market. Oh, there's my little twin cowboys. Otherwise known as Ruckus and Chaos. Their real names are Dean and Ridge. Those are just pretty. And I love that old-timey print, that artwork of the rabbits. And that, I guess that platter was once a white platter, but it's that stained. It's that old. The teacups. I think there are, I don't know if there are just 4 cups and saucers. There might be more in that drawer. I've got a couple of different sets kind of mixed up together in that drawer of my buffet. Look how sweet. I think they're so sweet. So I'm assuming that the long pink ribbons are on the girl one and the other one might be a boy. I don't know. I just thought they were not sold as a set. They were priced individually at Ross for $4.99, and I kept them together because I felt like they needed to be. Now this girl, I wonder, like everything, exactly how old she is. From what I could tell when I first bought her, and she was $14, I think she's probably from the 1950s, maybe the 40s. It was really hard to tell looking up. And she seems to be a garden ornament. There's a hole in the bottom of her foot that you could put a wood dowel and put her outside, but I don't want her outside. I want her inside. Okay, and there's the little grouping. Actually, that was those stems, the pink stems, were from Dollar General. When you first walk in, they have flowers in a big display. Well, at least they do in my Dollar General. And they were $5. And then I had another crocheted thing that I just laid across the edge over there, just for no good reason. But I'm certainly happy that I do now have some spring things and not just the Valentine things. I've got a lot of packing still to do. And I could just lay down and cry a little bit thinking about all the packing of rooms that have got to be moved in my house. But we'll get it done. We'll get it done. And I will bring you all along for the adventure of it. Pray for me. I do pray for you that the Lord blesses you and makes your life sweet.